The San Antonio Spurs beat the Oklahoma City Thunder in 7, like I said. But I'm not gonna lie, that was a scary ass series. That game one that Caruso had, that might have been the best game I've seen a role player ever play. And then Shea just randomly decides to lock in game 7. But you feel me? I'm just proud of my guys. We were talking about the Thunder beating the Warriors 73-9 record. And the Spurs just beat that team. But you know, we got one more round. And I said put respect on the Knicks. Like, I didn't like people saying Spurs versus OKC was the real finals. Like, the Knicks were the best team in the East by a mile. So, Spurs Nation, we still got work to do. And I came up with a new idea. I'm going to grade how players performed last series for the Spurs. And I'm going to start out with Wemby. Wemby kind of played how I expected him to play. I had said in my last video that I think he already played the most physical team in the NBA. And I'm not saying OK on Town double bang shot was insane, but how he was frying Caruso really made OKC change their defensive scheme. That's why after the game one, Caruso did not touch Wemby at all. And that 40 piece forced OKC to guard him with actual bigs, which obviously dragged Hartenstein, Chet, Jalen Williams outside the paint. And then you got Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox if he's healthy, where if they blow by their defender, they get easy lays. Now, it wasn't easy this series because it's OKC. Nothing's easy against OKC. But it will be. He was passive and he wasn't shooting a lot and just standing at the three-point line, not really doing anything. Like, I don't want him to play like that, but that's still an effective style. Like, Wemby just standing out there, the big has to guard him. Like, I want the Spurs to use the Knicks style against them. Like, look at all that space. Like, that hit anybody who's cutting. I just haven't seen it a lot, so I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, Wemby has to fry OG, McHale, even Josh Hart, because the game just becomes so much more easier for the guards. Like Castle, Fox, and Harper, they need to be super aggressive because when they're super aggressive, that leaves Vassell open for threes, Champagnie open for threes. If they're doing pick and rolls with Wemby, that leaves Wemby wide open for lobs. So my grade for Wemby is an A minus. Those games where he wasn't doing a whole lot on offense really hurt his grade for me. I'm gonna glaze De'Aaron Fox real quick because I was hating on him this entire series. Because in my last Spurs video, I was hyping him up. And even though that it took 7 games, he lived up to it. Because that is the most beautiful game 7 I've seen since Jason Tatum. We were reaching unknown levels of ass with him. Like, he was real life averaging 10 points per game and shooting 33% from the field and 13% from three. Like, I really say he could be the number 2 next to Wemby. Now, to be fair to him, he might have still been injured. He might still be injured now, to be honest. Like, I don't know if that game 7 was just a do or die moment or if he really is healthy again. But he's going to be so important in this finals. Like, I like the young Spurs guards, but Castle was dead ass averaging 35 turnovers without Fox. Like, the way Fox scores is going to be so important in this series. He has to make his jump shots and get to the rim and finish. So I'm going to give Fox an A minus. I don't care about the 6 other games he showed up when it mattered. Now, unlike Fox, Castle showed up every game, whether it was scoring, defense, or playmaking. And other than the first 2 games, he really didn't turn the ball over a whole lot. And I want you to pay attention to the defense that he's bringing towards him when he's driving downhill. Like, his aggression needs to stay on 10 like it was versus OKC. And my favorite thing about Castle is he does not care about contact. I honestly think he likes it because, like, if you bump him while he's dribbling, he's going straight at your chest for the rest of the possession. Like, I'm not going to say anything, just watch this play. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think New York are hands or anything, but they just can't play defense like that. This was a travel, but it was a nice finish though. And Castle's not like a dumb player at all. Like, I think when people see these big physical players, they think they're dumb or something. Like, Castle's shot selection isn't the best, but like, he doesn't pass unnecessarily. And I think that's his strength. Because when you are that good of a finisher and that good of a passer, it's important to know when you should go for the lay or pass out for the three. And Castle doesn't have that problem in my opinion. Like, he's a really good decision maker. So I'm gonna give him a B plus. Dylan is a lot like Castle, except he isn't as good as a passer as Castle is. I love his aggressiveness getting to the rim, and I don't know if he's healthy or not, because he was really good in game 6 and 7. So same with Fox, I don't know if he really is healthy, or if this was just a do or die moment with him. Like in the first 2 games, he was averaging 18 points, while shooting 43% from the field and 14% from 3, which is kind of nasty. But from games 3 to 5, the games which he was injured in, he only averaged 6 points, while shooting a blazing hot 31% from the field and 29% from three. But as you can see, this man is a bum when he's injured. And when he's healthy, like he was in game 6 and 7, at least I think he was healthy, he averaged 15 points per game while shooting 65% from the field against OKC and 67% from three. And it's not only his offense that falls off when he's injured, but his defense was garbage. He was getting blown by constantly. Like Shea was frying him. So he just needs to be healthy for the finals. And I think I'll give him a B grade for this series. This was probably one of the most important shots of the series right here because before this three went in, Champagny was shooting 19% from three this series while only averaging 8 points. Like up until game five, this man was caca. But when he saw that three go in, he never looked back. Because since that first quarter three in game five, he shot 50% from three while averaging 17 points. Like all these highlights you're gonna see are all from game five, six, and seven. And like he don't have to shoot 50% versus New York, but he just can't shoot 19. But if he does shoot 50%, I will not be complaining. So giving him a grade was kind of tough because the defense never went away. Like he was playing great defense even when he couldn't score the ball. But you also can't be your team's best shooter and shoot 19% for three. So I think I'm just going to give him a B. I think that's fair. Vassell was so good this series. Whether it was him knocking down his wide open threes, hitting his one dribble pull up middies dropper, but he held a back-to-back MVP, a finals MVP, to 19 points a game on 44% true shooting. Now he did average 12 assists, but he was getting the ball out of Shea's hands, so I'll give him credit for that. My only complaint is he shot 40% from the field. He did shoot 39 from three though. I would just like him to shoot better inside the arc, so he gets an A minus. Keldon Johnson is the most confusing basketball player I've ever watched. He either drives into three defenders and takes the worst layup you've ever seen, or he'll hit two back-to-back threes in a game seven to go to the NBA Finals. He loves playing bully ball, especially against Chet, and I don't know how much bully ball he could play against New York, because New York's kind of big, but if he can just hit his wide open threes in the finals, I'll have no problems with him. I'll give him a B minus, but those two threes in game seven are carrying. I'm not gonna lie, Carter Bryant kind of surprised me in this series. Like he was playing too good to be a rookie. He was getting cooked by Shea a couple times though, but Shea was the MVP of the league, so I'm not gonna get mad at him getting cooked or anything. But he looked really good on offense, even with the type of defense OKC was playing. And the most important thing was he was hitting his wide open threes. He was knocking down them Nick Batum ass threes he was getting. And if he doing that, he playing great. I don't know. So he gets a B. Listen, when I seen Lil Jordan check into the game, I was so disappointed because I had just seen somebody say the Spurs had elite depth. And to be fair, maybe they weren't wrong because he did hoop when he checked into the game. Like these are the only two shots that he made. So I'm gonna give him a B. He would get an A plus, but Shea was hunting him way too much on defense. Now, even though Harrison Barnes was old and ass in this series, I'm gonna give him an A plus, only because his birthday was on Game 7. Like Harrison Barnes is the type of player to break this record, but he didn't, so he's getting an A plus. And now finally, I gotta talk about the Fantastic Four. I'm just gonna give them all C pluses. They did their job. They hooped in garbage time and was good vets, so they all get a C plus. But now I want to talk about the San Antonio Spurs defense, excluding Wemby. There's no Wemby highlights in here. Not only is Vassell a ball hawk, but he's also one of their best shot blockers outside of Wemby. Like he was bitching Chet this series. I mean, look, he switches with Castle. He does get caught on the screen though, that's a problem. But he doesn't give up and sends Shea Jumper back to Canada. Now I think Champagny is one of their best non-Wemby shot blockers. Like he's really underrated on defense. Like even Carter Bryant was getting in on the Shea block party. But Wemby crazy though. This block was insane. Like Castle and Harper aren't really shot blockers, but as you're seeing from these clips, like Vassell are the most important players in this Knicks series, obviously outside of Wemby. Like the Knicks offense is either have your big guard Cat, then Josh Hart's gonna have wide open threes and Cat has a mismatch probably. So Champagny and Vassell's rim protection gotta be top tier because I don't know if the Spurs have somebody who can guard Cat other than Wemby. And also I seen Caruso drop 31 and hit 9 threes because Wemby was roaming offense. So I think the Spurs should go with a mixture of Wemby guarding Cat and Wemby also off ball on Josh Hart. But when Wemby's on Cat, Vassell and Champagny, they have to step up. Because the Knicks live off the threat of Cat shooting that three. Now, Castle and Harper's strengths is their on-ball defense and how they get steals. Like, if you watch some of these clips, watch and see how they're always lurking. Like, AJ Mitchell turns around and Castle's right there. There's still going to be some Champagny and Vassell clips because they're both insane on defense. Especially Vassell. Like, I'm going to glaze him real quick. Like, look at this. Look at his effort. Look at his hunger on defense. You could tell this meant something to him. Look at how he just gets a hand on the ball when Shea's trying to rip through. Chet tries to box him out right here. Vassell doesn't care because he just wants the ball more than Chet. He sees Caruso cutting right here and just gets right in the passing lane and picks it off. Chet trying to drive on him and use his height, but you got to protect the ball better on Vassell. Champagny also going to get some love because he's just always there. Like AJ loses his dribble and Champagny just picks it up. This one's the craziest. It's like watching a lion hunt his food. His eyes are just on the ball the entire time Caruso is dribbling. He understands saying Shea's not the best playmaker? Like, he just leaves Dort and knows Shea can't make that pass, and he's rewarded with a steal? This one's the craziest to me, because how do you read the pass wrong? Like, he still thinks Lou Dort is in that corner, but he still picks off McCain's pass. This is the definition of benefiting from your team's defense. Now, he did position himself good, putting himself right in between Chet and Isaiah Joe, but this is Cason Wallace, not Luka. So the ball's only going one place, and that's right in Champagne's hands. Like, he gets some crazy deflections, Champagne does. This is beautiful from Castle, turning around and still gets a hand on the ball to stop the handoff. I kind of feel bad for Chet, because you letting Johnson of Keldon rip the ball straight out your hands like you a little boy. You can't lose your dribble around these Spurs guards, because they're going to steal the ball. Look at these reads Dylan Harper is making. Now, Kaysen kind of just threw the ball straight to him, but that don't matter. They're in the zone, and Dylan Harper just deflects Shea's pass. Luke Cornett's best playoff game he's ever played. Like, he almost got a triple-double with blocks, but that isn't what's important to me. What's important to me is how he played against Mitchell Robinson. I couldn't find a stat, but the Spurs were dog shit without Wemby on the court versus OKC. Like, they were getting blitzed every single time Wemby went to the bench. And now Luke has to guard Mitchell Robinson, the best backup big in the NBA. Because injured or not, Mitchell Robinson is going to be Mitchell Robinson. So I went back to see if Luke Cornett was getting bullied by him. And he starts it off. I do want to remind you, we are facing a different level of player. Listen, regular season Shea might be better than Jalen Brunson, but in the playoffs, it's flipped. This man is on graphics with Kobe Bryant, though. This was disgusting, because I don't know if he still thinks it's 2016 he's doing the mannequin challenge. Like, Derek White can make this pass. I don't know why he's just standing on the baseline. He's just watching Derek White get his shot blocked. And with everything I showed you today, my official prediction of the NBA Finals is Spurs in 5. Like the video.